You're most welcome to the program Learn Tree with Opoku. In the previous video, this is what we learned. First, we learned that the three singular pronouns with the prefixes a, o, and o, in their plural state, they are likely, 98% likely, to take prefix a in the plural state. That was the first thing that we learned. So we learned that Ɛboɔ, that is stone, in the plural state will be what? Aboɔ. Ędan, and that is what? House. In the plural state will be what? Adan. Efie, and that is home. In the plural state will be what? Afie. Good. And then the second thing that we also learned is that those singular nouns with the prefix a, o, and o, which also has the suffix ni. These are nouns that normally refer to what? Humans. In the plural state, they would take a as a prefix and then for as what? Suffix. That is what we learned. In today's episode, we're going to find out which singular nouns will take prefixes or in the plural state. So stay tuned. Good. So now we know that plural nouns have prefixes a, and and we have also learned that singular nouns with a, o, and o are likely to take the prefix a. They are likely to take the prefix a in the plural state. We have dealt with that one. Now we're going to find out which nouns are likely to take m. This is what will help you. Mostly, they have the prefix a in the singular state, and then followed by what I call lead fm. So the prefix a followed by what I call lead fm, and that is pbfm. If it has the prefix a followed by any of these consonants, P, B, F, and M, then it is likely to take the prefix in the plural state. I always say lead FM. We know that the chemical symbol for lead is what? Pb. This is it. And then FM. When I say it in that way, it helps me to remember very well. So probably it can also help you. So if the noun in the singular state has the prefix a, and then the stem word also begins with P or B or F or M, then in the plural state, it will take M as what? Prefix. And then, if a singular noun has the prefix a, however, followed by other consonants, another consonants other than these ones, then it will take the prefix. So take note of this. Let me repeat it again. I'm saying that if you get a noun in the singular state with a prefix a, followed by these, any of these word prefixes, consonants, then in the plural state, it will take or m as what? Prefix. If you find a noun and it has the prefix a, however, different consonants, then it will take as what? Is prefix. Let's look at some of the examples. Yeah, if you look at these examples, this is afie, which is what? Year. And this is afafanto, and that is what? Butterfly. And this is Aboɔ, and that is what? Animal. What do you see? They all begin with what? The prefix a, followed by the consonant. Here you see f, this one, F is here. And this one too has F, but this one has what? B. You see that? Good. What we are saying is that if you find a noun in this state having the prefix a followed by any of these consonants, then in the plural state it's likely to take as what? Prefix. So here, afie, in the plural state, it will be what? That is the plural for years. Look at how it is written. In fact, the way it is written is somehow different from the way it is pronounced. If you look at it, it will be mfie, but we pronounce it as if there is I here, mfie, and as if there is E here. So it is pronounced this way. Mfie, 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 and that is what? Yes, yes. But the point here is that when you get a noun, singular noun, having the prefix a, followed by the consonant P, B, F, or M, then the possibility is that in the plural state, it will take as what? Prefix. Prefix. Good. With that in mind, what do you think this one, afafanto, butterfly, if we have many butterflies? How are you going to say that in tree? Fafanto. 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 Good. What about this one? Aboɔ. Aboɔ. Animal. In the plural form is going to be what? Mmoa. Mmoa. This raises a question. Why is it It raises a question, and we need to answer that. But before we do that, let's work one more example, and then we will explain this. Let's take another noun like, say, adwuma, work. Adwuma, that is work. We told you that if the noun, the singular noun, begins with a, followed by any of these consonants, then there's the likelihood that it will take as what? The prefix in the plural state. And we also said that if it has the prefix a and other consonant other than these, then it will take what? As prefix in the plural state. And look at this one. Though it starts with what? A, but followed by this consonant d, and it's not any of these. So in the plural state, it's going to take as the prefix. So let's see. It will be what? And that is what? Nyuma. Nyuma. And this is what? Works. The plural for what? Adwuma. Nyuma. And this one too, as you can see, there is So we need to explain that. Why do we have double M and then double N? You will not get N M or M N. No. You either get M M or N N. So why? But before we explain that, let us remind ourselves. We are saying that nouns that begin with what? A, or with prefix A, followed by the consonant P, B, F, and M, they are likely to take M as prefix in the plural state. However, if it has the prefix A, but a different consonant other than these four, then it will take N or N as prefix in the plural state. This is what we are saying. But now, the next is, why is it that we are having or in the plural form of some nouns? This is the reason. This is the answer. When the plural marker, we're talking of what? M or N. When the plural marker is followed by B, D, J, JY, or DW. I take it again. When the plural marker M or N is followed by B, D, J, or JY, or DW, then the plural marker M, or if it is N, it will be pronounced as what? Or We know M, if it is placed before the noun, would change it from the singular state to what? Plural state. So M or N. If in the plural state, the M is followed by B or D, J, JY, or DW, then the M will have to be what? Doubled and pronounced what? The N also, if it should followed by these, any of these, then it should be pronounced Let's look at some examples. First of all, let's look at this and then explain further and give other examples. First of all, let's look at what we have here. You see Aboɔ. Once it is starting with A, followed by this B, then it means in the plural state, it's going to take M as what? As the prefix. So we have M here. And look at here. We said that if that M is followed by this B, then it means we have to double the M and then do away with this B. So we will say mwa, mwa. However, those, especially those who are learning Twi and those in the southern Ghana, you hear them say mboa, mboa. It's not the right pronunciation. It should be what? Mwa. When M comes before B, the B also turns to what? M. That is the point. So we get mwa. Now let's come here. We have a juma. And as we know, if the prefix, if the singular noun has a prefix A and followed by this consonant D, D is not in this group. So it means that we should prefix the plural noun with what? N. Good. And we are saying that if that N is followed by any of these, then the N should be what? Doubled. So it will be what? Nyuma. Nyuma. That is what? Works. Not njuma, but what? Nyuma. Nyuma. And that is works. I think this is quite understood. Let's add 2 or more examples. Yeah, we have dua, and that is tree. In plural form, it's going to be what? Nnua. Nnua. You can prefix this with e, that is edua, but you can also write it like this. But the point is on this d, 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 d. You see this? So it means it will start with what? And it's going to be what? Double. If the n is followed by d, then it's going to be doubled. So we get what? Nnua. Good. So that is all time will permit us. If you have any question, you can drop them in the comment section, like Mr. Aboɔ did. This whole topic was necessitated by Mr. Aboɔ's question. Kudos to you, Mr. Aboɔ. And like I always say, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. That motivates me to do more for you. Thanks for watching.